The Penguin is not only the best show to come out in 2024, but I would go so far as to say it is the best comic book TV show to have ever come out. Now, I was a little skeptical because of how grounded Matt Reeves said he wanted his Batman microverse to be, but thankfully those fears were unfounded. The main characters in the show had so much depth and presence on the screen, and so much chemistry between each other, I felt like each episode was an individual movie. And Colin Farrell's portrayal as the Penguin in particular, to me, is comparable and at the same level as Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker from Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. The plot was so well layered and intricate that it was still throwing twists and developments at you all the way up to the very last episode of the season. I love that this show was based on comics, but that you could also enjoy it as a great crime boss drama. The Penguin had me hooked from episode 1 and kept me all the way to the finale. After seeing the show, I'm even more confident in what Matt Reeves can do with the Batman sequel. So Hopper the Penguin, played by Colin Farrell, has finally wrapped up on HBO Max. What are your thoughts?
Peak.
Peak.
Just happens to be cinema.
Yeah, like honestly, the best show of 2024, as mentioned in the intro.
It's the best thing I've watched this year as far as like comic book,
Yeah.
whatever adaptations for sure. I didn't see Agatha yet. So.
I haven't watched it either, but I don't think it's going to hold a candle. You know.
I remember the Twitter feed of when I saw it when Agatha was coming out versus the Twitter feed versus Penguin. It was uncomparable. I didn't see anything compared to Agatha. It's only Penguin stuff coming out.
I always like to hold like WandaVision as like one of the better comic book shows that we got
up until the end
MCU,
of it.
Up until the end of it. But for those first few episodes were just like, wow, this is really good.
I think it was different. That's what made it so interesting to me.
And then like Loki for me is in the held. I think it got
Very
stronger
different.
by the second season. So, but I think the Penguin blows any of those shows out of the water. I think maybe Netflix's Daredevil has a shot at being close, but I still think that, and you can disagree with me if you like, but I think the Penguin is probably the best comic book adaptation TV show that we've had. On the TV.
I was looking through, old shows, and I think none of the CW DC stuff really holds a candle.
No.
That stuff was fine for the era, but I don't think it
fine
holds
for
up.
Cable TV as
You're right. And I don't think it holds up like in this era of like prestige television. I would say Peacemaker's really good.
Ooh, Peacemaker is really good. I didn't even think about Peacemaker.
I would say Daredevil from Netflix is really good, and I would say a bunch of those, like even like Jessica Jones and The Punisher, Luke Cage, maybe not Iron Fist, but like all those are pretty high up there in my opinion.
I think with Jessica Jones, it's really the first season. I think the next two, she's repeating the mistakes and shortcomings that she had in the first season, so it got very tiresome by the end of season 2, and then season 3 was just a slog for me to watch. Yeah, honestly, Luke Cage I think was unique in the first season. The second season 2 had a good foil of a villain.
Yeah.
But as good as those are, I still think the Penguin tops them. I just really do.
No, we like all the Marvel shows too. Like,
absolutely.
Most of them.
A
couple of them were kind of, but like they don't really feel like complete pieces of work.
Like She-Hulk is really good.
Yeah. I've heard the defense that like, it's supposed to be a comedy, so it wasn't supposed to be like.
But it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw that either. To be fair,
I need you to just so you can cringe with me.
I may end up watching it before the next Captain America because I'm sure there'll be some kind of Hulk reference or whatever.
That's true.
But even like that, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, that was really good.
And I think what puts the Penguin up top for me is yes, it's good, but as I was saying, the depth that they have for their characters, the depth they have for each episode's plot, like it's so intricate and so well weaved into a full plot line that it just, I can't think of anything done better than that. You know what I mean?
Also, I think Sony could take a page from the book because they only have Spider-Man villains. And so, they're making them anti-heroes, essentially. Yeah. Every Venom, every Morbius, every Madam... I guess Madam Web is always a good guess. Craven's another specific one.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's do a Penguin type thing.
Craven is just Catman from DC. Did you know that?
Is he?
It's the same origin. It's like, my dad was a prize hunter, and he killed a thing in front of me, and I got powers because of whatever.
No way.
It's Catman. It's like a big cat, like a big lion powers.
That's crazy. No, I didn't know that.
I was like, dude, come on. As soon as I read a Twitter thread about it, but like, come on, guys. Anyway, Penguin is a brutal, horrible asshole.
Yeah.
He's
self-centered,
unlikable.
narcissistic.
Yes, I mean, he's unlikable.
Sociopathic natures.
And I kind of liked him when we came into the show just because he was funny and he was, whatever.
You didn't know how much he brought it on himself.
Yes.
You just thought he was the underdog, kind of got shit on. That's what you were led to believe. And then as the show progressed, you were like, oh, he's doing all this to himself, but then playing the victim who's going to come out on top.
Yes.
So good.
It's like the perfect way to put a villain on screen. Like we hate this character more when the show ends than we do when when it begins. And that's not the case because normally we spend all this time with these characters and we end up loving them, whatever.
Yeah, like Peacemaker.
Yeah. But no, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck the Penguin. But it's so good to still watch it. Like the developments in the final few episodes with him and his mom specifically.
Yeah.
You find out the mom knew that the Penguin had killed his brothers, you know, so he could have more time with her. She planned on having him killed by the mob boss of the time and then decided not to. And then she tells him, I hate you, you're the devil, I never should have let you live. And then she just stabs him with the side of a bottle.
Crazy.
The fact that Penguin refuses to even acknowledge the fact that he killed his brothers, even when he knows, like to him, he's saying, I'm not going to tell my mom, it'll crush her. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he's looking and seeing that his mom knows, and he's now realizing that's not the reason at all.
Yeah.
He's just too yellow-bellied to do anything about it. You know what I mean?
He's in the lie so much that he won't even admit to himself that he's done it.
And it's so, and even Sophia Falcone's looking at him like she thought she's got him in checkmate, and he's just denying it, and she's sitting there like, are you fucking kidding me right now, bro?
You're not normal.
This is so normal. Messed up. I'm about to cut your mother's finger off. The one lady you say you care about above all else, and you're still protecting yourself.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, and she even says, it's not your fucking finger, you spineless bastard.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's so good.
The performances are next level. I mean, everybody does such a good job.
Yes, dude.
And have you ever seen those, like where, I think it's on Max's YouTube channel or something, where it'll be like... Kristen Milioti and Colin Farrell watched the last episode.
No,
they had like some watch throughs on some videos. I was watching them and it's like they're having trouble watching it because they got to such a place where it's such a different, disconnected thing that they were acting, and now they're all kind of like uncomfortable watching it back.
Yeah. The special effects for, like, if they don't win some sort of awards,
they got it, bro. They got it.
Special effects. I showed my girlfriend a side by side because she was like, "Who plays this?" Like Colin Farrell, and she was like, "Do I know him?" I was like, "Yeah, you probably don't remember him though." So I showed him a picture. And she goes, "She doesn't look like that." And I said, "I know." She goes, did he gain weight? I said, no, that's all practical effects. I said, and I pulled up a side by side, and she was like, oh my God, that's the same person? And I was like, yes, that's what's awesome about this, you know?
Taking jobs away from fat actors and hairy actors.
How dare, dude, he was hairy.
He was very hairy.
They said CGI. Imagine the person who has to put all those individual hairs on his body.
I think that's real. I think they made the hairy body, bro.
No way. You think they made a hairy fat suit? Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
It looks great, too.
The child actor they brought in for the Penguin
like him,
looked like him, acted like him, had the perfect accent, dude.
Yup.
My God.
Get that kid an Oscar for...
I'm telling you, everyone, Oprah, everyone, you get an Oscar. You get an Oscar. The performances in this show were just great.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I think the chemistry between those characters, too, like from where we see Sophia start and end with Oz, is not too different because she gets thrown in Arkham essentially because he rats on her.
Yeah.
And like he's just trying to make his way up in the world, so he's just trying to get one player out of the way kind of thing. And I guess he's trying to build allegiance with Falcone. Yeah. Carmine Falcone. But like, bro, I mean,
by the end of it, she's right back in Arkham by the Penguin.
And you know what? And she was trusting him through the middle of it. If there wasn't like this weird Salvatore, gang feud that like there was one instance where like they catch him with her.
Yeah.
If they had caught him by himself, there wouldn't have been this kind of dissolving of everything, and that wouldn't have put her on the path she got it put on.
Yep.
And her change and everything. She was my favorite character.
Oh yeah. After she killed her family, and then she keeps the guy alive, and then he's like, no, you're still doing things wrong. So he goes to talk to people, and she just blows his brains out, Yeah. She basically, by the end of it, she's like, I don't even want to do this. I'm done. I'm leaving. She's literally going to leave, like going to the airport to leave. Yep. She's so happy. She's so excited. She's packed her bags. And then Penguins betrayed her again.
But bro, I mean, if there was a worse fate for her, I don't know what it would have been.
No, she definitely did not want to go back to Arkham.
Yeah, and like he killed her brother. He killed, and it just he lied about it. He lied, and everything he does is so like planned. Yeah, but it feels like it's just of the seat of his pants.
And he's so manipulative. He's like a masterful gaslighter and stuff. Oh, it's so good. And then we get him and Victor's relationship.
Don't even get me started, bro.
So terrible. So Victor, is throughout these last 4 episodes, he's helping Oz do all these different things. Oz is defeated by the end of it. He's like, there's no point. He's got his mom in the hospital and stuff because she has a stroke. And he gives this whole speech, and Oz is like, you practice that? And he's like, shut up. And you see this awesome bond between the two. You know what I mean? But then by the end of it, everything works out. Penguin's there, and he goes, you've seen me at my weakest and your family, and damn if I don't love you like a son kind of thing. but I can't have that. He's choking Victor to death, just kills him.
And
the whole time, you just hear Victor, please, Oz, please, please. Oh, dude, it kills me just thinking about it. Victor's performance, though, was phenomenal. You see an issue where he has to kill somebody, and you see how much that fucks him up. And you see Oz be there for him, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But he's another example of just like, you should have gotten that when you could have, because your girlfriend was offering to take you with her, take her out of the city.
Go all the way to California. Oz even said, go.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Leave.
He's like, oh, you thought I would have killed you this whole time.
Yeah.
You did.
You did. You literally did, dude.
But like, I don't know. I saw the humanity in the penguin through that character. Yes. I'm like, okay, they grew up in the same place. They both have disabilities. Victor stutters, and Oz has like a leg thing going on.
Oz gets the town to have electricity and stuff again. You know, care about Oz. Like he's that figurehead that he wants.
And just we see the realism of it, of him being like, oh, no, I can't have you around because I care about you too much.
Yeah, what,
bro? Come on now,
dude. And then that final scene where he's got his mom, because they don't really bring attention to it. I think you're just supposed to remember this. He made a promise to his mom: if I ever become a vegetable, you need to kill me. He said, "Yeah, I'll do it." You know. Yeah. She became a vegetable. He couldn't do it. He put her up on. He goes, "No, I told you I was going to get you a view from the highest floor of the city." And he did. She can't see it. She's fucking brain dead. You know what I mean? Yep. And then he goes out to see Eve, I'm surprised he didn't kill Eve for ratting him out.
I know.
But she's dressed up like his fucking mom, dude.
I think she'd been doing that the whole time. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. But he's like, tell me I'm a good boy. Tell me that you're proud of me. And I'm just like,
also recasting a white actor with a black actor.
Oh. He's like choking Eve. Sorry, you know.
It's not accurate to the real thing.
I need a white one.
I hope people know what we're joking about.
Yeah, they totally do. I mean, that's just the joke. Yeah. They better know. Yeah. Hopefully. Hell, Hopper, we lost 5,000 subscribers overnight.
Shit. No. No, but so that whole thing is for him, by the way.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill her. Mm-hmm. He keeps her in a thing, keeps her like in the biggest penthouse, whatever. Yeah. It's all for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually care about her.
No.
And you think he would, but then like he would have let her finger get cut off.
Yeah.
It's all for him.
It's all for him.
But like, why is he even doing that if it's, you know what I mean? Like he's trying to keep his mom. He's trying to keep appearances up.
Because he's fucking messed up in the head.
It's got to be the messed up.
But he's so messed up. He's so much more of a compelling penguin than I've ever seen in any other version of the penguin.
I kind of like DeVito performance just because he's so gross.
Yes, so, like when he's eating that fish and stuff, dude. But it doesn't really, like, he's just a madman. You know what I mean?
That series, and I've been thinking, like, it's such a good series. I've been thinking about the costuming.
Yes.
Or, like, the blocking.
Because that final suit he had at the end was definitely like a 3-piece penguin top hat.
Yeah.
Whole 9 yards.
It's because he needs to look clean.
Yes,
the councilman guy said that.
Yes, bro.
And that's the whole other aspect. He's getting into politics, and he's like, oh, I want to be up here with you. You know?
I want to come to these fancy parties.
Yeah.
Let me in there.
There's some owl imagery behind him in the court. Did you notice that?
Yes. A lot of people were thinking that the therapist is actually the Scarecrow.
Yeah. I heard that they cut some scenes because it showed like a Scarecrow glove in the background of his office or something. Really? But they cut him because they were like, well, we don't want you to really like focus on that.
Yeah, it takes away from the story. I like that they did that. I'm okay with that.
But that's like a known actor. Like he would be good for a Scarecrow.
Oh, he would be a great Scarecrow.
He's already a psychologist. Yeah, it all works.
He's so good too.
Yeah.
The things he's able to pull out of the mom, Yeah. Oh, dude. That whole flashback, which she's like her age though, but she's in the past. The guy is like, yeah, I'll kill him. You want me to?
So cold. And it's so like he gets it because, that kid killed your 2 kids.
Yeah.
He's a problem, needs to be dealt with. Yeah. But then like she just lets it fester. She lets it grow.
He even says like, I can't take him on because he's loyal to you. He's not loyal to me. He'll never be loyal to me. So he's not worth it for me. So you tell me what you want to do. You want me to kill him or are you going to keep him? You can turn that and use it for your benefit. Yeah. Which is what she thinks she's doing, but it turns out he doesn't really love her like he or she thinks, Yeah. It's all in his head, dude.
But like he's trying to do right for her.
Yeah.
But for his own selfish reasons. Yes. It's so bizarre.
I think he uses it as the way to play the victim. I'm doing this for my ma. It's for my ma. It's not for your mom. You know what I mean? Oh, man. But the plot twists, too, by the very end of it, like they're able to get all the second-in-commands to overthrow the bosses.
And that's part of what makes Victor's death so sad is because like he was the one, his idea for all that.
Oh, Hopper.
And I liked it like, okay, we're getting rid of this like old, unfaithful, kind of, or not unfaithful, but like loyal.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of all these non-loyal mob bosses, and
Yeah.
we're all going to combine into one organization.
Yes.
But to do that, we got to get rid of the heads, so we can, they don't really care about the underlings like these second in commands might.
Yeah, the second in commands will know. And they've been. It's all of Mirage too, because first of all, Oz will kill any of them that he needs to. You know what I mean? There's no
obviously.
camaraderie there. They
No.
think there is, which is what Oz needs. You know what I mean? They're like, Oz is like us. He was a second in command.
Yeah.
He rose to the top. I'm going to do the same thing. You know what I mean? And Victor proves that to them. They say
That's the
Oz
thing,
is
yeah.
the guy who does this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, Victor is proof of that. He was some nobody that,
Yeah.
he took he for all intents and purposes, like, built up another him.
Yes.
And then that other him, like, went and sold the idea. And then it was just, like, nothing because it didn't mean anything to him, really. I mean, it did. He was family. But, like, you can kill your family. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're just able to do it.
It's insane. What a great show. Like, it ended and I was just I need more.
Yeah.
I was like begging for an after credit scene. Just anything to give me something. You know what I mean? I need something, which we do get by the end of it. We get the Batman symbol turns on because he's like, no one can stop me now or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Batman symbol shows up and you're like, where have you been the past 8 episodes?
I'm assuming he's recovering from being shot in the chest or whatever.
Probably. Yeah. I
messed up.
was thinking back to Peacemaker when he walks by. He's like, you guys are a little late. Fucking, why don't you go fuck some more fish, buddy? And I was thinking that whole thing with the Batman. I was like, why don't you go fuck some bats, buddy? You're too late. He's already up there in the penthouse.
Did you see James Gunn was talking about that recently? James Peacemaker. He said that the first season will be canon with everything except for that cameo, basically.
Oh, really?
He didn't say like everything, but he's like most of the stuff will be canon except
Yeah.
for the Justice League cameos.
I love that. I love that so much. But yeah, I think that wraps up the phenomenon,
Femininomenon.
if you will. But yeah, that wraps up just a stellar show. 8 episodes, jam-packed, over an hour long, each of them.
Felt like a breeze though. Did
Yeah.
not feel long watching.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was awesome. I really enjoyed us like reviewing the first 4 and then coming back for this last 4. It was like a little break. We could watch it at our own kind of leisure and then get it all out. Sorry, it's taken a little bit to get it out. We've had a few other videos that we were focusing on, but we did see your comments on some of you that wanted us to put this out there. So this is for you guys. Appreciate you guys watching it. But yeah, it was fun. Let us know if you guys liked it. If you liked it as much as we did. If you're excited for Creature Commandos, do you think the DCU is back, baby? As a lot of people are saying.
Well, it's starting. This is the first.
Yeah, but they're so back.
We're so back as
We're
DC
so back. Yeah.
adaptations.
Yes. Are you excited for Matt Reeves' little microverse? Is what I think that's what they've been calling it.
No, they've been calling it the Batman epic crime saga.
Yeah, but I like just calling it the Matt Reeves microverse.
Microverse sounds like it's within the normal verse.
It's a side thing.
It's
Anyway,
like
are you excited for it? I'm so super pumped now because of this to see what Matt Reeves has in store.
Oh, and no, I mean the Batman is phenomenal too.
Yeah,
and, like all the characters that set
rewatch
up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And this sets up a lot of stuff for the Batman too. Sophia
Yes.
and Selena will be in cahoots probably. The Penguin's the crime boss.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more stuff at Arkham.
Yeah, we'll probably get a Joker or
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, something.
Court of Owls potentially.
Yeah, I'm excited. And we'll get the more fantastical version of the Batman from James Gunn. So a lot of good Batman stuff coming up, I believe. But yeah, we're so back, baby. So leave in the comments what you like the most about this show. Have you watched it yet? If you haven't, go watch it. What are you still doing here? And we'll see you guys next time.